Yes, ma'am.
For DWIs. 3 times you've gone to prison. So this is your 4th felony DWI.
Yes, ma'am.
When you get out of prison, do you say, I need help and I'm going to get help for myself? This is going to be a very difficult process. But either you want to do it and go through that difficult process, or you want to spend the rest of your life in prison. So, good morning, sir. You're Alfredo Gayton.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Gayton was previously in court in cause number 25 DCCR 0184. Entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated, 3rd or more, which was enhanced to a 2nd-degree felony because of prior offenses. The agreement was for a cap of 14 years in prison. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report? Are there any additions or corrections?
No, no more, Judge.
All right, Mr. Parker, you may proceed.
Just some of my client's knowledge. I've given the court and the prosecutor a letter of support from Frank Maida.
And I've received that and reviewed it as well.
And, Your Honor, from talking to this man, talking to people that have known him, he is a good person that's just an alcoholic. And I think he was, I think he was pretty honest in his PSI. He talks about drinking at the age of 11 and 14, and then get to the point where he drank, at least a 12-pack regularly. He drank tequila and Crown Royal regularly until the point where he passed out and could never get enough. He's had several DWIs in the past. He's never had any kind of help at all. And I think he is a prime candidate for safety to get the help. He's had some periods where he's tried to do it on his own, and he was somewhat successable. He cuts grass for a living for several people here in Beaumont. He has the ability to make money if he's given the opportunity to be put on probation and go to the safety program. So he can do that. And it looks like to me that the PSI is also in concurrence that he would benefit from safety. And I just think that's the people have got the opportunity and it's worked for him, and he, not from anybody's fault, he's never got that help, It's okay. Is there anything you want to tell the court?
They sent me to prison and made me work. They never teach me as drinking. I always look for weekends. I'm always maintenance is to proceed. And I'm working on the freeways with Texas Department of Transportation, cleaning the roads, do anything. And disasters never give me a chance to stop.
But if you've gone to prison 3 prior times.
Yes, ma'am.
For DWIs. 3 times you've gone to prison. So this is your 4th felony DWI.
Yes, ma'am.
This is at some point, when you get out of prison, do you say, I need help and I'm going to get help for myself, instead of saying somebody else didn't help me?
Here, and he was working for the people around here. There were some things that he was doing, and he was not drinking. I don't remember the incident, but there was an episode where he started drinking again, and it was pretty close to the time frame of this. I'm not saying this is the only time, but he had started drinking again. And I don't take it that he was blaming anybody for not giving help. He just said he's never had that opportunity. And, when you're an alcoholic or a drug user or addicted to anything, it's easy for, to say, it's the same thing with an abused woman. Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? Just learn to stop drinking. And it's hard, yeah.
I don't disagree that it's hard. But I also, if you'd never been to prison before,
right,
and if you hadn't had the wake-up call of prison to say, I don't want to go back to prison, I need to figure out how to stop drinking. And then you get out and then you do it again. Well, I didn't figure that out. Let me go do it again. Your blood alcohol was 0.257. You ran off the road. You could have, there's just too many opportunities for probation.
The judge is no longer focused solely on the defendant's dependency issues. She is weighing accountability, prior opportunities, and the risk posed to the public. By highlighting multiple prior convictions, previous prison terms, and the circumstances of the current offense, the court is building a record that could justify a substantial sentence. The defense is emphasizing treatment and rehabilitation, but the judge is signaling concern that repeated consequences have not changed the behavior.
Probation, where people decide not to do that because sometimes doing a few years in prison is easier.
Well, I think
It's
some of the-
odd to me that there has not been a probation.
I think some of these he sat in jail and wasn't able to bond out, and it's one of those deals, we'll plead you to 2 years or 4. I don't remember the numbers, and so.
I mean, you got 12 years back in '04. 12 years for your DWI, second felony DWI. Then you got another one after that, and for some reason Bexar County said, well, let's give them less time. Let's give them 5. Let's reward them for continuing the wrong behavior. Anything else?
I mean, the same thing. I just see people that, I concentrate solely on the fact that his criminal history is alcohol, and there are people that we've seen on their 4th or 5th that we've given safety to, or people that are on probation. People are on probation for DWI, and they violate the terms of probation by drinking, and they come back before, all these courts, and several times we say, hey, let's give you safety, and I can make the same argument.
Back of the property, Mr. Mayor, and he said one condition, no drinking. And I respect that, and I've been doing exactly what he says. Because